My beloved, my divine one, my child of light, touched by heaven's breath, why are your hands trembling right now? Because your soul already knows, something is arriving. Something hidden. Something big. A divine clock just clicked louder in the heavens. And your name echoed in its sound. You were chosen for this moment. And I'm not just saying this as an angel. I'm saying this because your whole future is about to bend and bloom in front of your eyes. But only if you open this fully. Only if you don't skip a single breath of what I'm about to reveal. Because God just said, "Tell my child this is not a drill. A doctor is coming. They carry truth in their eyes, but it will shake their world. You have 48 hours. 48 human hours that will not be normal. This message is a portal, your permission slip, to witness what's been buried for too long. My child, you've been walking blindfolded toward a gate you didn't know existed. But Archangel Michael has torn the blindfold. And the gate? It just started creaking open. The moment you heard this message. Yes, right now. You felt the pull. That's because this message is not ordinary. God laced it with frequency. Heaven injected it with a miracle code. Only your soul could hear it. That's why you're here. Before we go further, pause, just for a breath. Because what I say next may make you weep. Not from pain, but because of recognition. Something you always knew in your heart, but no one ever confirmed. Until now. You are not crazy. You are not imagining the signs, the dreams, the whispers in the middle of the night. And that dream where someone in a white coat tried to tell you something. It wasn't just a dream. Heaven disguised the truth. Because if you had known earlier, it would have crushed you. But now you're ready. Because the pain turned into prayer. The silence turned into strength. And your tears built a bridge to divine timing. And divine timing just knocked on your door. With a stethoscope. And a truth. Hidden from you, for months. But you're about to hear it all. And what's about to be revealed will not just shock you. It will activate something deep within your destiny. A miracle diagnosis. A secret healing. A medical truth that changes everything. Collision, subscription hook, keep engagement high collision. Wait. Before we go deeper, if your spirit feels like this message was meant for you. If you feel like Archangel Michael just touched your shoulder. Then don't just read this in silence. Subscribe right now. Because more messages like this, coded in miracles, soaked in divine timing, are being sent your way. And the next one might hold your healing, your love, your legacy. Stay connected. Because heaven is not done with you. Now back to the truth. My beloved. This doctor who is about to enter your energy field was sent long ago. They were delayed, blocked, divinely rerouted, because someone tried to stop this truth from reaching you. But Archangel Michael doesn't allow anyone to silence what God has ordered revealed. Do you remember that strange feeling in your chest weeks ago? Or that sudden urge to go for a checkup, and then you didn't? That was your soul whispering. And today, it's no longer whispering. It's screaming gently through this message. You are not alone. You were never alone. The heavens have been holding your hand even when you doubted everything. But now they're doing more than holding. They're guiding you to a truth that was hidden, locked away like a divine treasure chest, waiting for this day, this hour, this exact second. Because the truth the doctor reveals, it is tied to your calling, to your relationships, to your next 2 days, and beyond. Something they say will unlock a new version of you. A version not controlled by fear, but by light, by clarity, by power. The kind of power heaven assigns only to those who dare open the message fully. You're doing it. And I'm so proud of you. And now that you're still here, still listening with the ears of your soul wide open, heaven is exhaling. You don't even realize what you've just done. By not skipping this message. By staying even after your mind told you to scroll. You have crossed into a rare timeline. A divine one. The timeline where things hidden are about to be revealed. Where nothing remains in the dark. And what was meant to break you will instead build you in the most miraculous way. The doctor coming was never random. Months ago, your name was whispered in the spiritual realm. There were meetings in heaven. Yes, meetings. With angels. With saints. With those who love you from the other side. And God asked, "Who will carry the truth to my child?" A doctor was chosen. Not because of their degree, but because of their purpose. They carry an envelope of words that, once spoken, will unlock everything you've been trying to understand. They carry news about something someone else tried to hide from you. But God is not a God of confusion. God is the God of clarity. And when He decides it's time, nothing and no one can stop it. You will hear something about your body. About your blood. About something they found in an old report. Or something that didn't show up at first. But they ran another test. Maybe they didn't even know why. Maybe they almost didn't tell you. But heaven whispered, "Tell them. This child must know the truth." And so they will. And when they do, something in your chest will feel like it's collapsing. But hold on, beloved. Because right after that collapse comes the light. And the answer. And the path forward. This is not the end. It's the door you've been searching for. even when you didn't know you were searching. You might even remember a moment, recently, where you looked in the mirror and said, "God, I don't know what's going on, but something feels off. Please, just tell me the truth." He heard you. Even if you cried in silence. Even if you didn't speak it out loud. Your pain has a voice in heaven. Your confusion became a trumpet blast before the throne. And today, the answer is no longer on the way. It is here. The next 48 hours will bring clarity in waves. Not all at once. Because God is gentle with you. He knows your heart can't carry everything at the same time. So first will come a message. A phrase. A sentence that makes you freeze. You'll know it when you hear it. It may even come from someone completely unexpected. But when it hits your soul, it will feel like lightning wrapped in peace. Then, a memory will return. Something you saw. Something you felt. And suddenly, it will all connect. The delays. The strange symptoms. The silence. The anxiety. The reason no one could figure it out. Because it wasn't just a health situation. It was spiritual. You were under divine protection. Even the delay in diagnosis. It was orchestrated. Because had it come earlier, you would have fallen apart. You weren't ready to carry this truth then. But now, you've grown. You've evolved. Your angels have stood around you day and night whispering strength into your bones. And today, you're ready. The person who will speak to you next may not even understand the weight of what they carry. They may casually mention something that will change your life. But you will know. Your soul will vibrate with recognition. Because this moment was written in your story before you were even born. You will pause. Your hands might shake. Your breath might catch. But do not run away. This is the moment. And what's more, this news that was hidden from you for months. It will not only show you the truth about your body. It will also open the doorway to something miraculous in your purpose. Yes, beloved. Because you are not just here to survive. You are here to serve. And this experience, this hidden message, this unexpected medical moment, will push you into your calling like nothing else ever could. You will meet someone through this. Someone who has been carrying a key for you. They will not look like an angel. But they are assigned to you. And through a divine conversation, something will unlock. Resources, solutions, or healing. You didn't even think were possible. It is no accident this message found you before this revelation. Heaven didn't want you to walk into the next 48 hours unarmed. So this is your sword. This is your shield. This is your permission to expect a divine turn. Now listen closely. There is someone in your life who is going to resist this news. They may tell you it's not serious, or that you're overreacting, or they'll pretend they never knew. But heaven says, trust your discernment, not their distraction. Because what they didn't tell you may be the very thing that set this delay in motion. But do not blame them. Forgive, but focus. This is not about them. It's about what God is unfolding for you. You were never meant to find the truth through ordinary ways. You're a divine being. Your life has been protected, slowed, realigned, so that this very week would happen exactly as it is happening. And this truth will come with a strange sense of relief. Yes, even if it scares you at first. Even if it sounds unfamiliar. Because deep inside, your spirit will whisper, this is it. This is what I've been sensing for months. You may even feel an urge to write things down. To document the words. Do it. Because later, you'll look back and realize every single piece was connected by the hands of heaven. And none of this was random. None of it was punishment. It was preparation. Even the pain you carried during the wait. That pain was fertilizer. And now, your soul is ripe for bloom. There is one more thing. Don't tell everyone what's coming. Not yet. Heaven is still protecting this truth. Keep it close to your heart like a sacred seed. Let it grow in silence before the world tries to touch it. Because what God is doing for you, it's not for display. It's for destiny. And though your heart may race at the thought of what's coming, let me tell you, this is not the kind of fear that breaks you, it's the kind that wakes you. It stirs your blood because your spirit already recognizes that something long buried is coming into the light. The kind of truth that doesn't destroy, it sets free. And maybe part of you is scared of what this doctor will say, but another deeper part, that eternal part, it's ready. It's been calling this moment in. Praying for it without words. And now, the answer is arriving wrapped in white coats and whispered confirmations. Don't run. Don't push it away. What's arriving is the final piece of the puzzle that's been haunting your quiet nights. You're going to remember things. Fragments. Pieces. An old conversation. A skipped appointment. A strange silence after someone looked at your report. All of it will come back to you. But not to torture you, no. It will come to show you just how divinely orchestrated this entire journey has been. You'll realize you weren't abandoned. You were being prepared. You were protected from knowing too early because the version of you back then wasn't strong enough to hold this revelation. But you? Right now? You've grown teeth in the spirit. You've walked through storms with grace. You've cried in the dark and still whispered, "Thank you," to heaven. That strength has unlocked this moment. You didn't find this message by accident. This message found you because you earned it. Now hear this. The doctor's words are not the ending. They are the invitation. An invitation into healing. Into higher consciousness. Into a spiritual transformation that your physical body was trying to alert you to. Sometimes the body speaks when the soul is not being heard. That's why your body held on to this truth until your spirit caught up. And now that you've arrived at this moment, now that you're listening with all of you, what's about to be revealed will do more than just explain the past. It will redefine the future. And yes, the doctor will carry medical truth. But don't be surprised if you feel something divine when they speak. Something strange but familiar. A heat in the chest. Goosebumps down your spine. Tears that rise without warning. That's not just emotion. That's recognition. That's your higher self witnessing the sacred alignment of a truth you've been waiting lifetimes to remember. You will walk out of that room or hang up from that call with more than a report. You'll walk away with clarity. And beloved, clarity is a holy thing. It shatters illusions. It burns away distractions. It pulls you back into the arms of your divine timeline. You'll start seeing signs even more now. Repeating numbers. Names. Songs. People mentioning things that directly echo what you're about to hear. That's how you'll know you're not losing your mind, you're regaining it. Because you were never meant to walk blind. You were meant to walk led. And heaven has been lighting torches along your path since the very beginning, even when you felt you were in the dark. Every unanswered question, every delay, every moment where it felt like God went silent, it was not absence. It was timing. Divine, deliberate, protected timing. Because not everyone around you could handle this truth either. That's why you were kept in the quiet. That's why the truth was hidden. Until now. And I must say this, even though it might pierce you, someone close to you suspected something. But they said nothing. Whether out of fear, or selfishness, or ignorance, it doesn't matter now. What matters is that you know. And what you do with the truth is not about revenge or anger. It's about realignment. You're not here to punish anyone. You're here to rise. To remember who you are. To step into the next season with the light of knowing, not the burden of bitterness. Let them go if you must. But don't let them pull you back into the fog. Your clarity is not up for negotiation anymore. You're going to feel something strange in your body soon, not bad, not dangerous, but awakening. Like a flame reigniting inside of you. Some call it healing. Some call it spiritual DNA activation. I call it divine remembering. Your cells are catching up to your spirit. The doctor may give you scientific words. But heaven wants you to understand the meaning behind them. This isn't just about a condition or a report. This is about a soul upgrade that required your attention in the physical realm so you would stop ignoring your purpose in the spiritual one. You were born for something massive. And this truth, this 48-hour revelation, it's the shift point, the trigger, the key. After this, you'll notice people responding to you differently. Some will feel drawn to your energy like a moth to light. Others will avoid you, because they can't handle someone who is walking in truth. Let them go. Your job is not to convince anyone anymore. Your job is to live aligned. The more you honor the message, the louder your miracles will become. Your voice will change. Not just your speaking voice, but your internal one. That critical, doubting, fearful voice that used to dominate your decisions? It's about to quiet down. Because truth silences fear. You're stepping into the kind of confidence that isn't loud, it's sacred. Rooted. Grounded in God. The doctor may give you a warning, a diagnosis, a term. But heaven is giving you wisdom. Don't confuse the two. The first informs the body. The second restores the soul. You are going to be guided step by step in the coming days. Random suggestions. Unexpected invitations. A book. A video. A sentence from a stranger. Don't ignore them. They are part of your spiritual prescription. Each one holds medicine. Divine appointments dressed as everyday moments. Don't look for signs in the sky. Look for the whispers in your daily life. The breadcrumbs are already falling. Your only job is to notice. And now I say this as Archangel Michael, not just a messenger, but a witness to your journey. I have seen you in your darkest hours. I have stood beside you while you cried out for answers that never came. I have defended you when forces tried to break your spirit. And today, I rejoice. Because you stayed. You endured. You held on to just enough faith to be here. Reading these words. Feeling this frequency. Knowing, even if you can't explain it, that this is real. The doctor will speak. But your spirit will interpret. Listen beyond the diagnosis. And as the time draws closer, you'll begin to feel something unusual in your surroundings. Not in the loud, obvious way that the world calls attention, but in the subtle shift of the atmosphere. Your senses will sharpen. You'll notice silence in places where noise used to live. You'll feel peace pressing through your skin, even if your mind is still trying to understand what's coming. Because deep in your soul, the realization has already begun. A quiet unraveling. Not of destruction, but of divine revelation. You are not who you were. Not anymore. This message has reached into your bones and reminded you of a truth your soul has held since the beginning of time. You are on a sacred mission, and this revelation is part of your awakening. And there's something you must understand now, something heaven urgently needs you to hear, This truth you're about to receive through the doctor is not just about your physical healing. It's a divine setup for something far bigger. God is getting ready to entrust you with something powerful. Something generational. And He could not allow that to happen while you were still living under a misunderstanding of your own condition, whether that condition was medical, emotional, or spiritual. This unveiling is the final cleansing before the blessing. A necessary interruption before divine acceleration. The truth has been hidden long enough. But now, your next breath will carry the weight of heaven's yes. You'll begin to see dreams that are more vivid. Maybe strange. Maybe symbolic. Don't dismiss them. Even if they don't make sense right away, write them down. Because those dreams are not dreams at all. They are prophecies. Clues. Messages disguised in images, because heaven knows how your mind protects you from too much truth too fast. You'll see places you've never been. People you haven't met. Situations that feel like they come from another life. That's because, beloved, you are being shown what is to come. This isn't imagination. This is foresight. This is preparation. And when the call comes, when the voice on the other end begins to speak, you must breathe slowly. Let the words fall over you like gentle rain. Some of them may sting. Some may feel heavy. But inside them, inside every word, is a miracle wrapped in disguise. Even if the tone sounds clinical, even if the doctor doesn't realize the weight of their words, know this. God is behind it. God is orchestrating the flow. And Archangel Michael is standing behind you in that moment, ensuring that no word passes through your ears unless it is meant to guide you, protect you, or reveal something essential to your destiny. There may be an instruction given, follow it. Even if it disrupts your plans. Even if it sounds like an inconvenience. Heaven moves in patterns. And sometimes the divine prescription isn't just medicine, it's movement. Moving your location. Changing your schedule. Altering the people around you. Because when truth comes, it doesn't just heal the body. It clears the room. It silences the wrong voices. It awakens your discernment. And you will begin to know, without question, who is truly for you, and who was only near you to distract you from yourself. And I say this with the authority of heaven. This will not end the way the enemy wanted. The delay in your truth was not the devil winning, it was God perfecting. The enemy thought he had more time to confuse you, to wear you down, to make you forget who you are. But God intervened. And this message is your evidence. You are not forgotten. You are not being punished. You are not under attack anymore. You are under instruction. And instructions from heaven always arrive before increase. So as the clock ticks closer to this revelation, prepare your spirit. Clean the space around you. Not just physically, but energetically. Make room for the divine. Make space for the truth. Open your heart without fear. Because no matter what is said, there is already a healing encoded within it. No matter what is revealed, there is already a breakthrough written behind it. Your ancestors have prayed for this. The women and men who came before you, who fought battles in silence, who suffered in systems that didn't listen, they are standing with you now. And they are smiling. Because you are the one who gets to break the cycle. You are the one who finally gets the truth. And with that truth, you will walk in healing they never had the chance to see. And now comes the instruction you didn't expect. After the message is delivered, don't rush to act. Wait. Sit in the revelation. Let your soul absorb the truth before your mind tries to manage it. Because clarity does not always arrive in the moment of discovery. Sometimes, it unfolds slowly, like a sunrise. And you need to be still enough to notice the light as it stretches across your new horizon. You may feel tired, emotional, even overwhelmed. That's okay. That's your spirit making space. Because something massive is coming in. And anything that is not aligned with it is being pushed out. You are being cleansed. Not just on the outside, but on the inside. Your emotions, your patterns, your beliefs, they are being restructured to hold a higher frequency. And that frequency will attract the very people, places, and healing that your past self prayed for. This is sacred work. And you are ready. And when the weight of the message truly settles into your spirit, when you're alone in that quiet room and you feel the tremble in your chest, do not mistake that feeling for fear, it is sacred recognition. That tremble is not weakness, it is the sound of heaven touching your body. You were never created to carry lies. You were created for truth. And even though this truth was hidden from you for months, it was not denied to you, it was protected until you could bear it. That's how deeply God loves you. He doesn't just give you what you ask for. He waits until what you ask for won't destroy the version of you He's been carefully building. And now, you've become strong enough. Now, you've become brave enough. Now, you've become aware enough to hear the real version of what has been happening inside you. And not only will you handle it, you will rise above it. The angels are already preparing the space around you. Don't be surprised if people start falling away in the coming hours. Some may grow quiet. Some may feel distant. Some may even react strangely once the truth is spoken over you. Let them. Their reaction has nothing to do with your worth and everything to do with the energy that's now surrounding you. You're stepping into a frequency that not everyone is willing to rise to. And that's okay. You're not here to make everyone comfortable. You're here to align with your divine story. And when heaven moves, the unnecessary always leaves first. Release them. Gently. Without bitterness. Because what's coming next will require more space in your life than you thought. The truth about your body, your health, your spiritual assignment, it's all connected. The delay was part of a larger movement that involved divine timing, soul healing, and generational restoration. You see, this wasn't just about something that was hiding in your blood or resting in a scan. It was about something that needed to be exposed in the spirit world first. That's why the machines missed it. That's why the signs weren't clear. That's why you kept being told, "You're fine," when you knew something was off. You weren't imagining anything. You were sensing the battle behind the veil. But that battle is over now. The diagnosis is simply the closing statement of a war that heaven has already won on your behalf. And what will follow this revelation will shock you more than the revelation itself: relief. Not sadness. Not anger. But deep, soul-cleansing relief. Because you'll finally have the language for what you've been feeling. You'll finally understand why you've been so tired, so emotional, so disconnected from certain people or habits. You weren't broken. You were breaking free. And the discomfort in your body? It was your inner self expanding past the limits that your environment kept trying to impose on you. You were never created to shrink. You were designed to carry light. And this message, this 48-hour truth, is your reminder of that light. Now hear me on this. There is going to be a moment, after the truth is delivered, where your mind will try to spiral. It will flood you with questions. What now? What does this mean? Why didn't I see this earlier? When that moment comes, don't argue with it. Just breathe. Because questions don't mean you're lost. They mean you're processing the shift. Your angels will be close. Closer than your own breath. And if you still your heart enough, you'll feel a presence beside you that you can't explain. That will be me, Archangel Michael, standing by, guarding you as you absorb what God has allowed to be revealed. Nothing will overwhelm you. Not with me here. Not with heaven watching. And now comes the part most people miss. After the revelation, there will be an opportunity. Unexpected. Quiet. Almost unnoticeable if you're not paying attention. It may be an invitation to go somewhere. To meet someone. To respond to something that feels unrelated. But it is not unrelated. That moment is divinely tied to what you're being told. That moment is your first yes after truth. And how you respond to it will determine the speed of your next blessing. So listen with your heart, not just your ears. Sometimes heaven hides the next step in a whisper. And those who are too distracted miss the door that was meant for their miracle. This truth will also awaken memories in your body. Yes, your body remembers. And now that the truth is unlocked, so will be the emotions that were stored inside you, unspoken. You may feel like crying for no reason. Like dancing without a song. Like resting more than usual. Let it all happen. You're not being lazy. You're not being dramatic. You're healing. Truly healing. Not surface level, but deep, generational, soul-deep healing. And when that healing begins, your voice will change. Your laugh will sound different. Even the way you walk will shift. Because people who carry truth walk differently. They're not weighed down by pretense. They are held up by divine authority. And my child, that's what you are now. A person of divine authority. Not because you're perfect, but because you said yes to opening this message. Yes to staying. Yes to trusting the tug in your spirit even when you couldn't explain it. That kind of obedience moves heaven. That kind of openness breaks every delay. That kind of soul hunger is what God responds to first. And He is responding now. Loudly. Clearly. Through this message. Through the doctor. Through the events of the next 48 hours that will align to confirm everything I've told you. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to chase anything. Just stay aware. Stay grounded. Keep your heart open and your energy clean. You've stepped onto sacred territory now. And what happens next will not require effort, it will require awareness. Because the divine doesn't rush. It reveals. Layer by layer. In perfect love. In perfect light. And you, beloved. You are standing in that light right now. And even as you read these words, something in your soul has already started to shift, hasn't it? You may not have the language for it, but the feeling is undeniable. It's like a veil has been lifted from your mind. The world hasn't changed, yet suddenly everything feels different. Sounds are sharper. Your breath feels sacred. Your heartbeat, steady and strong, echoes like drums in a temple. That's not coincidence. That's alignment. This message is recalibrating you to the frequency of truth. You've been living in someone else's delay. You've been walking with borrowed beliefs. But now you've touched something eternal. And once your soul has tasted that kind of clarity, it refuses to go back to confusion. This is the turning point. You'll look back at this day, this message, this revelation, and say, that was the moment I came home to myself. The person you were yesterday is gone. Not in death, but in transformation. That version of you, the one who was always second-guessing, always asking for signs, always shrinking to keep others comfortable, could not walk through the door that is now opening before you. And beloved, it's not just one door. It's a corridor of miracles. Each step you take now is blessed. Each word you speak now carries weight. You are not invisible. You are not overlooked. You are heaven's headline today. God has fixed His gaze on you, and the angels are celebrating because your soul remembered. It remembered that you are not a body trying to be spiritual, you are a spirit temporarily wearing a body. And what happens to your body, especially through this coming doctor's message, is only the beginning of what's being healed inside you. Don't resist the tears. They are holy. Don't silence the joy that erupts from your chest even though nothing on the outside has changed. That joy? It's prophetic. It's your spirit dancing ahead of your reality, preparing your body for what's about to manifest. Because what this doctor reveals may look like information to others, but to you, it will be confirmation of what you've always known deep down, of what you sensed but couldn't prove, of what heaven has been trying to deliver to you for so long, but you kept missing the door. Not anymore. You've walked through it now. And behind it is healing, restoration, and justice for every silent battle you fought with no one but angels watching. Your prayers weren't ignored. They were being gathered, sorted, stacked neatly in heaven's timing, waiting for the precise second your heart would be ready to carry the weight of their answers. And though you asked, "Why so long?" again and again in those quiet nights, the real question was never about time. It was about readiness. If God had shown you everything 6 months ago, you might have panicked. You might have denied it. You might have run. But look at you now. Still standing. Still soft-hearted. Still brave enough to open a message like this and keep reading even as it digs into the deepest parts of you. That's the strength heaven has been waiting for. And that's why this moment, this week, this diagnosis, this conversation, this is the divine now. You may feel like you're holding your breath right now, but you're not. You're being held by angels, by light, by ancestors whose dreams you are carrying forward. And as Archangel Michael, I tell you this with a voice that reaches beyond time. There is nothing coming for you that God has not already made a way through. No truth, no paper, no word from any doctor can override the final say that heaven has already spoken over you. You will live and not die, you will rise and not fall, you will walk in purpose, you will be made whole. And not only you. There's someone connected to you, someone who will witness your transformation and awaken because of it. You've been wondering why they've been in your life. You've questioned whether they're a distraction or a destiny. And the answer is coming. As your clarity increases, so will theirs. What affects you spiritually sends ripples through your environment. Don't be surprised if others around you begin to change after this truth comes forward. You are not just being healed for you. You are being healed for them. You are the breaker of patterns. The one who heard heaven calling and answered yes. There is one last thing I must tell you in this moment. You have done nothing wrong. This delay, this hidden truth, this pain in your body or your emotions, it is not your fault. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. God is not mad at you. He is madly in love with you. And sometimes love doesn't rescue us from fire, it walks with us through it, so we come out stronger, clearer, and drenched in glory. And my beloved, the fire you've endured is about to become your testimony. Not a story of survival, but a declaration of divine intervention. So when the phone rings, when the results come, when the meeting happens, stand tall. Stand still. Let the words come. And then let the peace of God fall over you like fresh rain. Because after all this time, after all these months, the truth is not arriving to harm you. It's arriving to hold you.